Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. As always, don't forget to drink water. It's hot out there. It's hot. I have to drink water. This stock does look like it's either going to break out today or it's going to... It depends on how it closes. It's still 12:45. Maybe by end of day it's a big green candle. But if this closes on this kind of candle here, we would expect it to dump on Monday. You can see here in the past, right? We had green day after green day, a little pullback, green day, two red days, another big green day, and at the very top here, the top at $10, what happened? A red candle. Buyers did show up and push it up, but at the end of the day, it looked like maybe it was going to go higher, right? Like, oh my God, it's holding up above the previous high here at 9.75, but it was nothing more than a candle indicating that we were going to reverse. And we did. We just when this drops, it drops fast, right? It just keeps going down. It just bleeds out. So that's why I'm saying it's looking like a rinse and repeat of last time. Even here, right? 2 green days. We went from 1.39 to a high of 1.7. Look at this candle, right? It looks eerily similar, and then it dumped. So, like, once we start getting those wicks on those candles, usually marks a top. Of course, obviously, people are going to believe that it's, that it's going to go to the moon, right? They always say that. It's always the same rinse and repeat nonsense. It's going to go to the moon. Oh, my God. And then it just drops back down to $2, $3. And that's where we buy, right? That's where we buy. Here it runs. People think it's, oh, my God, it's going to go to the moon. The next planet's here. Blah, blah, blah. They're excited. They think it's, they're geniuses. And it just comes back down. It just, guys, don't fall for it. Anyone who tells you, oh, it's going to go to a million, whatever. Nah. Don't fall for it. Be patient, be disciplined, let it come down. This candle is a bearish candle, especially considering the position that it is in. I know some of you are thinking, well, your technical analysis, unless they drop a catalyst, then sure. But no catalyst, this thing starts coming down. The reason this is a key level is here we tried to bounce and we just kept getting pushed down there. We go back in time a little bit here. You can see that's a previous level of resistance. So let me grab my horizontal line tool. Gonna draw a nice big yellow line. Let's reset the view and surprise, surprise, it's a big level up ahead. For all intents and purposes, we're trying to break above 6, but we have been unable to. It's been 2 days in a row here where we tried. Buyers showed up. The question is, the thing is, they didn't show up today, like with this kind of strength. So I wonder if on Monday we're actually going to break out. That's a key level to get up and over. Although you could say, let me look at the smaller time frames. Let's see what's going on in the smaller time frames. I guess you could say, technically, this is an ascending triangle. And we're getting ready to break out and go higher. You could say that. You could look at the smaller time frames and I can't disagree with you on that one. So that's 2 ways to look at it. So Monday's going to tell us whether we're actually going to go higher. In fact, if anything, I would like to see... I'm zooming in right now. What's the RSI at? 80? It cooled down a little bit. 80 RSI. Usually the RSI when it gets to 80, historically speaking, let's see here, it went to 890. So, yeah, historically, when it goes to 80, we get some resistance. But over the long term, if we look at the RSI, we can go up as high as 90. So if anything, we get another, if we do get another push, it will get a push above 6, and then we'll just get some sell-off. We'll get resistance then. Because the RSI would get into the 90s range, which, as I just marked, we still have room to go to the 90s, but historically speaking, 90s is like, that's like peak right there. That's where it really starts to sell off. So let's go back here. Funny enough, it's kind of rinse and repeating like it did last time here, right? It broke out, it broke out above 6, and then it started bleeding out, right? You can see that here, right? Look, like this is so clear. It's so identical. So it just stayed in the $5 range here on this big green candle. It did break out above 6, right? You can see this gap here. It gapped to 560, then it broke above 6 on this candle, and inevitably, despite it breaking above 6, it still closed. It closed right at 6, and it just bled out. So we're seeing a rinse and repeat right there. It looks so similar too, doesn't it? So I would be very cautious. This is why I tell people not to chase anyways. We want to buy when it's cheap, which is down here. Which, for those of you who are in the Discord, I mean, we're just making hand over fist money, day trading and swing trading, because it's easy. It's easy when you're the one buying down there nice and cheap, not when you're over here buying on the pump. That just doesn't add up. I don't know why people like to. I don't know what I don't know. Someone needs to explain to me why they love to chase at the worst times possible. That I don't know. I don't know. But I remember telling people, hey, some good dips today at support. If anyone wants to buy RR, Nvidia, BBAI, Rigetti, Riot, Mara, sideways as expected, 5/5/2025. So even if you bought on 5/5/2025, which was back in May, so yeah, you would have bought down here at around 3.20, and you're almost up 100%, almost. So that's the strategy. I just gave you the strategy. It's not anything genius. It's you zoom out on the chart, look for any patterns that you can abuse, right? We look for abusable patterns, and we're human. We're very good at abusing patterns. We're good at abuse, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm saying that. But I mean, that's kind of how it is, right? If you've ever learned math, even basic math, you kind of start to get the grasp of the very simple concepts like 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, and so on. You start to recognize the pattern, and you're like, oh, okay, so 3 + 3 is 6, 3 × 3 is 9, and so on. So we're very good at this. We're very good at recognizing patterns and abusing them, whether it's abusing it to figure out math or to make money in the markets. So if you can do basic math, 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4. I mean, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, and eventually there will be a dump. It'll come down nice and cheap, and we know to buy down here. It's that simple. Unless you failed math back in like kindergarten somehow. I don't know how that would be possible, but yeah, that's the strat, guys. I didn't know. I wasn't gonna day trade it. I thought about day trading it. I was like, yeah, there might be opportunity for some day trades here. If anything, there might be a day trade opportunity on Monday if it does break out. But you'd have to get in and out. Definitely not something you would want to hold at that point. It'll make a good short opportunity once it dumps. Because every time it dumps, for the shorts watching this is going to be one hell of a short opportunity. Every time it dumps, it just elevator down, maybe even a gap down, maybe, we'll see. But every single time it just goes down. It just straight. This is probably the only time where it kind of slowly went down, right? There was these pullbacks here because buyers continued to show up, but inevitably it just bled out. Every time it's just a bleed out. That's the beautiful thing about this stock is when it goes, and when it bleeds, it also bleeds pretty quick. So money to be made to both directions. Actually, if anything, I should be ready. I'm going to look at the put options chain, and I'm going to look. I might buy puts. I rarely played the downside. Very rarely do I short, but I shorted color the other day, so I might look into shorting this one. Might as well make money to the downside, right? Might as well take advantage of these patterns, right? So that's what I'm thinking. All right, guys.